What's poppin'? Welcome to another episode of the Measy Show. So this here is getting deep, man. Okay. So Adam goes on. Well, first he's on No Jumper with his own podcast or whatever, and he's over there talking to Brick Baby and the other dude that looks like Afro Man or whatever with the gap in his tooth. And then he just starts like going in on AD, talking about how Pun's overweight, he can't fit in the door. Then he's like going on this rant and rave, oh, nobody's sliding. You ain't slide, you gotta slide, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, bro. Like, you're forgetting who you are. Like, all this, okay, let me just state the facts, and then we'll get into, like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, then he goes off as to say, like, if you want to get tough on the podcast, it ain't the place to do it. And then he gets all like, oh, I'm Babe Ruth in this bitch, and all this other stuff. Yeah, bro. Saying that AD in the community, they do some musty ass, broke ass shit. Saying that basically their podcast is trash. They're not doing anything. It's like, I just look at everything that he's doing and all the stuff that he's displaying, all this like masculine energy. Like, where was that energy though when Milk went kicking on your door and wanted to squabble you up and you sent AD outside? Where was that energy then, right? So let's rewind, right? Let's rewind, okay? Remember back when, boy, has your attitude changed. Remember back when, let's just say, back when the whole thing fell apart, right? Back when AD, T-rell, that girl who you was messing with, Almighty Suspect, all these people were there, right? Think back to then, all these people was there. Now, for a good long minute, you were like a disgruntled family member or something. Like, you weren't talking to her, you weren't doing none of that, right? When Milk was going at you, you used AD as the muscle. You were scared to go outside. Let's just state the facts, right? When Milk went there, kicking on the door, you sent AD outside. You didn't come outside. You get what I'm saying? If someone come on banging the door right now looking for me, I'm gonna go outside. What's happening? You feel me? And he didn't have no blood. He ain't gonna shoot you on camera. You know what I'm saying? No, he just want a nice little squabble, but you don't want to give it to him. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not built like that. That's not who you are. But let's not forget, bro. I get it. You're so far into this hip hop podcasting. You're taking it like, okay, look. You remind me of that kid, right? They used to see him in school. He used to get bullied, slapped around. Then he comes back after the summer as like a gangbanger or something. Like, that's not you, bro. Like, let's not forget who you are, bro. Like, you're a BMX bicycle rider, bro. You're not from the West Coast. You're from New Hampshire. And you're probably like from like the coolest, nicest part of New Hampshire. You're not from like, what are you doing, man? Like, you're putting out this energy, like, you're so like tough and like that's not you, bro. Like, you act like we don't know that it's not you. I just don't get it. Anyway, so let's just keep going. So he says AD and Pun are goofy. This is what this is where I like, bro. Come on, bro. He says AD and Pun are goofy and they're no threat. And then you know exactly where we work. Yeah, if you want to do something, do it. And blah, blah, blah. And then he's saying that AD plans his podcast, his murder on the podcast. It's like, well, bro, nobody's going to do that. Come on, bro. This is the thing that you're not keeping in mind. These people that you're dealing with are really from the streets, right? You're not from the streets. So where they're willing to take it, you are not going to do that. You're going to call the police, okay? Your friends, right? Unless you're getting a Mo charge, then they're not your friends. But every other time, you're going to call the police. And then, look, we're not even done. Look, so then he says, if they want to do something, they could do it. I ain't worried about it. I'm not sweating. And then he starts like clowning with the whole like, I'm not sweating. No deodorant on freshness. Like, come on, bro. And they hit right. So look, so then Brick Baby, right? So okay, let me speak on Brick Baby. So I feel like I feel like Brick Baby is just being played too easily. Like he's being played too easily. He's not like I don't get it, bro. Like I feel like he wants to be somebody so bad that he's just being played too easily. And I remember seeing a podcast, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I ain't gonna lie, my honest opinion, I found it a little bit. So Big Meech's been in prison like something like 20 years, or not 20 years, like 15, 20 years, whatever, 10 to 20. I have to Google the dates, but Big Baby's like 30 years. So he's like making it seem like he was kicking it with Big Meech. Like, come on, bro. You weren't kicking it with Big Meech. Like, you're not, like, nobody really knew who you were until, and then he's talking about, like, I get it, probably like Nip, like that category of people. But you gotta remember, bro, Nip didn't even get his rise to fame until, you know what I'm saying, probably 2000 and I would say like 17, 18, like big fame, like not just little fame. So you definitely weren't in there. But I feel like he's just like, oh, I don't know who put it. I just feel like he's falling for Adam's tricks and he's desperate for a situation. I feel like he could do better than what he's doing. And you're being used by Adam to turn against all these people. When it's like, bro, your problem ain't even with them. You get what I'm saying? And when Adam do you slimy, I hope he doesn't. But when he do you slimy, then you're going to be feeling stupid. You're going to be feeling like, damn, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have an issue and blah, blah, blah. Like, it just seems like it seems like everything that you're doing is not necessary for you to do, right? Anyway, yeah, so then Adam22, he's talking about, I'm out here living good. What they're threatening to kill me, I'm out here living good. Adam's fine, I'm living good. Like, just the level of arrogance and the level of, how could I say, like, okay. Okay. Let me break this down as simple as possible. You're a Caucasian male, right? You're a white male, and you're from New Hampshire, and you ride BMX bikes. Your dad and your family's friends with Bill Clinton, okay? The president of the United States, right? This is a big country, over 300 million people. And your family is friends with the guy, personal friends with the man who ran this country at a time, right? And who still has a say in what goes on in this country, right? So the level of opportunity that you have is far, far, far exceeding the level of opportunity that all these other people that you're talking bad about have. So of course you're living good. Why would you not be living good, bro? You're friends with Bill Clinton. You get what I'm saying? You're like, you comparing apples to oranges. Like, okay. You saying AD community and all that stuff. They suck. They're trash. They're getting no views. They're blah 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 blah. Right? They're not getting 75% of what they were getting. Bro, AD showed the screenshots of his thing. Even if it was a lie, I don't believe it's a lie. I believe him. But even if it was a lie, like, these people are coming from a different environment, bro. These people they weren't born like you. Let's say you, Adam16. If you did not do the No Jumper podcast and you weren't doing great in the No Jumper podcast, you would be successful in a different field. Why? Because you have that opportunity. You have the ability to do that. You have the, you're in the favor of money. But money is, you were born with finances. You get what I'm saying? It would be nothing for you to call your family and like be on some like, oh, hey dad, I need a loan. But he's gonna give it to you. I get what I'm saying. Like, you're a millionaire. I get it. Right now you're a millionaire. That's all, right? But remember, when you started your podcast, you had to build that up, bro. You didn't just get it overnight. Anyway, he goes, so then after the fact, he goes on Bootleg Kev, right? And this is really where he was just getting too big for his britches. Like, okay. He says that they're broke. Then that's when AD shows what Adam sent him the money, whatever. Which I do believe AD. This is when he started getting a little bit too arrogant. I'm one of the biggest hip hop podcasters who's ever lived. Okay. You might be one of the biggest pedophiliacs that ever lived, but I could think of like 100 people, bro. Like, you talking about Sway, you know what I'm saying? You talking about Heather B. We're talking about I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about academics is bigger than you. He's been doing it longer than you for certain, right? Academics is bigger than you. You feel me? Who else is bigger than you? I could think of a lot, but we're gonna keep. Hold on. Academics is bigger than you. DJ Envy is bigger than you. Angela Yee is bigger than you. Tracy G, whatever her name is, bigger than you. You feel me? Charlemagne's way bigger than you. Andrew Schultz is bigger than you. You feel me? A million people, bro. Like, you're one of the greatest hip hop. Like, when you start getting too arrogant, it reminds me of the little scene in Training Day. Remember when Denzel, King Kong ain't got shit on me? What ended up happening, bro? He ended up getting smoked at the light, right? He ended up getting smoked like a Newport at the light by the Russians, and then his own homies shot him in his ass. Like, I feel like you get into the point, your arrogance is getting so great that I feel like something is going to happen. I'm not making don't take it the wrong way. It's not a threat. I just have this feeling like something will eventually happen to you. Someone's going to scuff you. Or you're just going to get humiliated. You've already been humiliated. MGK, who, by the way, is a freaking, like, borderline tranny, right? He's wearing pink, long nails and all that stuff. He slapped your hand. You know what I'm saying? Watch out, boy. And you didn't do a damn thing. You feel me? Like, you're not built like that, right? So, yeah, then you start going off on Lush. He started going off on Lush. He says he's a grown-ass man doing 10K on his live cast. Again, these people all started their podcasts within the last 3 months or something like that. They didn't have none of that before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just got hip to it from you and started it. I'll let you know, I don't got no 10K on no live cast. I don't even think I can go live. You feel what I'm saying? You're comparing, you're like not... You're like a little narcissist. Like, you're not really putting everything in the proper perspective. Okay? Yes, he has 10K on his live cast. You have 1 million, whatever. He did it. You've been doing this probably, 8 years? Something like that? Something like that. 10 years almost. He's been doing it 3 months, 4 months. Come on, bro. Yeah, bro. Let's see. Oh, he's telling him get 1 million views. All of their channels combined get 10% of his views that he has on his channel. Again, they've been doing this 3-4 months. They just built it. When you first started your channel, you could have did anything because your family has money. But when you first started your channel, you think you had like 1 million views? No, you didn't, bro. You probably had like 50 or something, like 100, 5. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like anything else, bro. You build that momentum, bro. You're not big. You're like, you're comparing apples to oranges, bro. Your situation is not theirs. Your channel has existed for 10 years almost, bro. Theirs existed for 3 months. I bet you this. I bet you didn't have the level of followers. Well, you probably purchased them. You probably purchased a couple right now. You get what I'm saying? You probably, I guarantee you probably have some fake bots right now. Look at Milk, bro. His channel only been in effect for maybe, I want to say a few years, bro. He's already at like 100K or something like that, or maybe 120K. You know what I'm saying? You had what, 500,000 subscribers, or 1 million, 500,000 subs, right? You got 500,000 subs. You've been doing it 10 years. So let's just add that up. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like the momentum of Milk is faster than yours. The momentum, if you want to, like, momentum wise, I feel like everybody that you're hating on, their momentum has been far faster than yours. It took you 10 years to get to 500K, right? It took them 3 months to, I don't know how many subs AD got, but it took him 3 months to get that, right? He's got sponsorships. He's got this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, you're comparing two different things. They're way too different, right? Then he's talking about you need money to go to war, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, what's the name? Bootleg Kev's like, hey, I don't want to see that. He's like, no, I'm just saying. What are you even talking about? You're not finna go, like. And then this was the most little corniest, hating ass part when he's talking about AD, right? Where AD, he's talking about that. He goes, yeah, I think they're in violation of some terms and service violations. I'm going to call up YouTube and start snitching. So you're going to so you so much of a hater, you see his momentum, right? You see his momentum is better than yours. Even though he has less sales, you got to remember. You remember we're doing the math. Your family is very rich. You have good education. You should know the math, right? It took you 10 years to get to 500K, right or wrong. Bam. It took him, I don't know what he's at, but it took him 3 months to get to that. So in all reality, his momentum, I feel like low-key you're a little jealous of their momentum. And not just them, the Back on Fig, the community, all that. I feel like you're a little jealous of the momentum, right? And another thing, you making it seem like AD was like nobody before that. He might not have been a super famous rapper, but he's a rapper. He had a little fame. He's rubbing shoulders with the game, and people who you're not rubbing shoulders with, he's rubbing with. Or maybe you are at this point, but 10 years ago you were not. 5 years ago, 8 years ago you weren't. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you used to do underground rappers. All the rappers you used to do were like some little underground rappers. You know what I'm saying? Not mainstream rappers. So with that being the case, bro, let's put everything in its proper perspective. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it's low-key, how can I say this? I feel like it's low-key a gift that his wife, Lena the Plug, got that he's upset about. That gift? Yes. You see it. Yes. And I'm not talking about Brownstone, Brooklyn community either. You know what that is. It was a... Right? You know what that is, Adam. Don't play. Okay? Now, I think he's also mad because the world knows that he is a... Yes. Rhymes with the duck. Okay? You see that? Okay? So, put everything in its proper perspective, bro. Stop hating. Stop threatening to call YouTube. I'm going to call YouTube. It's a terms and services. They're planning my death. Shut your gay ass up. Bro, you sound stupid. Okay? Let's just be honest. Like, you're low-key slightly jealous of their prosperity, like of their... You like a little slave master, right? Okay? You want to, basically, these people break away, and then you want to create laws and ordinances that makes them still dependent or make them nothing, right? So they break away. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You paying, give somebody $300, you make $1 million, whatever, right? And I get it that you saying they're lying. I don't really believe you because I know you sensationalize a lot. I know there was a lot of stuff about the little Statch situation that you for sure were involved in. That you lied about. You've been caught lying on numerous occasions, right? So I feel like that you really were real slimy with the money, right? I feel like you just keep these people around to give you some sort of notability, credibility, and security. That's it. Because if anybody comes, let's say right now, if AD came up there, kicked on the door, boom, 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 boom. No banger, no blamer, no nothing. It's on camera. Come on, Adam. I need that squabble. I need that head up. You're not gonna fight, bro. You're not. That's not you. You get saying that's not you. You're gonna send out Brick Baby. It's gonna be like a 6. Oh, what you doing here? Like, bro, you're just gonna throw somebody else to handle something for. Bro, you think you like you're getting too big for your britches, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or your britches are too big for you. You trying to walk in some shoes that weren't meant for you. You got to remember, a lot of these people that you hating on is from the streets. You feel me? So they're not from New Hampshire, and their families are not Bill Clinton. Whatever you hating on them, bro, it just kind of like makes me like what I've said. Like, whatever you saying bad about them, right? All this stuff, they don't do this. If you weren't doing that, let's just be honest, bro. If you weren't, let's just say, for example, you could be having what's it called, a vineyard for wine. You could be doing great with that. You know what I'm saying? Mom and dad would have threw you a couple $100 to buy some property. You know what I'm saying? Buy it up. You've been doing great with that. Your family comes from a successful line, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're friends with Bill Clinton. You're not. Don't make it seem. You feel me? Like, it's comparing apples to oranges. Anyway, if you haven't already, man, please hit that subscribe, that like, and that comment, man. Let me know what you think about Adam16 in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Salute. I'm out.